This is Maureen from Color Me Positive, and I'm going to do a walkthrough of uploading a paperback to KDP. Okay, so what you need to do is log into your KDP account first. Then you're going to get to this page, and you're going to be on Bookshelf. Then you're just going to go click on Paperback, and that's going to start the process. So it's going to ask me to log in again because I've been off it for a while. Alright, so once you click on paperback, this is what you're going to see, right? Paperback details, content, pricing. These are the 3 steps that you have to go through. So language, paperback, whatever your language is. Mine's English. Book title, so I think I put my book, I'm going to do the Christmas journal, so I just put my Christmas journal. Subtitle. Here you want to make sure you're not putting in a lot of spammy keywords or stuff like we used to do on CreateSpace because it will get kicked back. So what's this journal about? That's what you want to do, right? I mean, you could even leave it blank if you want to. I'm just going to put, let's see, a journal for, let's see, stocking stuff. I'll probably go back in and change this later. Anyway, so pick your subtitle. Like I said, try to make sure it's not too spammy. If this book is a part of a series, then you can put that in here. You can add an edition number, right? If you want, it's optional. I never do. And then you're gonna want to put in your author name here, or your pseudonym, whatever you're using. If you have extra contributors, there you go. And you're going to write a description. Let's see. Great. Journal for 4 to 12. Record favorite Christmas memories. Now here I usually go and I use a tool and I actually format it and everything. I own the copyright, yes. Keywords, now in KDP you have a lot more room for keywords. So you're going to put a bunch in here, right? You should do the research on that. So here Christmas journal, notebook. And I don't put commas or anything. I just type in the words and it doesn't really, it gives you more space to put it in. I'm going to put kids in there. And I might move to the next box and so on and so on. So do your research for keywords. You have more space for them here. And you can get a lot to do. Now categories, okay? Go through them. It's a bit different than CreateSpace from what I found. So you need to go through them and you get to choose 2. So here for these, go to parenting and do grandparenting here because this specific journal, the Christmas journal for kids, you're going to get grandparents looking for stocking stuffers for the grandkids. So I know I am. So put it in that category, I think is a good one. I mean, you could switch it up depending how many of them you're going to be putting up, right? So I would do that and then just search through and find other categories that might fit in. A good thing to do for a lot of journals is if you say a journal with roses on it, go to, nature and look up roses. And if they have that in there, that category, put it in there. It doesn't always have to be specifically a journal or, depending on what your cover is. Anyway, so I'm just going to put that one in there for now. And does this book contain lines, blah, 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 for children under 18? No, no adult content. And then you're going to save and continue. So, it's pretty simple. It's the same thing you were doing for CreateSpace, right? You're just filling stuff in. Now I'm going to get a free KDP ISBN. So that's the next page. This is the content now. So you just ask them to assign you one. That comes up. Assign the ISBN. That's done. You don't have to enter the date because that's going to come up once you actually publish your book. So print options. Now here's where you want to check, right? I want a black and white interior with white paper. My trim size is 6x9. If yours isn't, you go to select a different size and has most popular standard size. Same as KDP basically. Here though, you can self-define a trim size. So you can set up your book with your own trim size, right? And create it that way. But then I haven't tried that yet because if it's not a standard one for me, then that means I have to go through all the math calculations to make sure the cover is fine and all that kind of stuff. But I will give it a try eventually. Now, the kids' journal, there is no bleed on it, so you leave that there. I'm going to put glossy because kids like glossy. So basically, that's your print options, right? So you've been through this before with CreateSpace. Now, you have your manuscript. This is where you upload your paperback manuscript, okay? So you're just going to do that. Let's see. I can remember where I had it. Okay, there we go. So now I'm uploading the interior file for the book. And depending on how quick it is today, there we go. So that's it, that's done. And it'll come up here saying successful at one point. Just takes a little time. And then we have your book cover. So depending on what you do, you can use the cover creator. If you know how to do that, I have never used the cover creator either on KDP or CreateSpace, so I have no clue how to use it. So you just come down here and you upload a cover you already have, right? A print ready PDF. And you click on that, and that's what's going to come up. So I'm going to upload my cover file. This might take a little longer because the cover file is bigger. See how this popped up here? Just letting you know. The manuscript was uploaded successfully. I'm just going to pause the video while this is uploading so the video doesn't... Oh, well, there you go. That was pretty quick. Okay. Now, if check the box if the cover you're uploading includes a barcode, it doesn't, so... Now, here's where a lot of people get stuck because... Well, not stuck really, but stuck because when they launch the previewer, right, sometimes it can just run on and on and on. It's getting better from what I'm hearing. So we're going to do that. This is the same thing as when you would go through and just... This actually is the same thing from CreateSpace. After they sent you, letting you know, actually, that your book was ready, you had to go preview it, right? But this was after a couple of days or however long it took them to review it. So what happens here is you're going to launch this previewer. I don't know why they're telling me that, but okay. They don't like the size of my window. So this is what happens once you launch the previewer. They start preparing your files, okay? And like I said, this is the same thing you used to go through when you had to approve your book on CreateSpace, but this was after everything. So what's happening is they're doing this before they actually publish or put your book in for review. This is like a mini review, and it'll let you know if you have any issues. So sometimes it takes a while to go through it. At least 2 to 3 minutes for me has been the fastest, because see, if you look at what they're doing, checking your manuscript for issues, and they're going to check gutter sizes, title, that kind of stuff, right? So we'll let this run on and put you on pause and let you know how long it takes. Okay, and there it's saving it, right? Now this is what comes up once that's done. So quality check, and it will tell you here if it found any issues at all, right? So right now it hasn't. That doesn't mean that you're not going to get an email sometimes letting you know that you need to do something. Because this is basically, I think, they do a manual check afterwards. So the AI could have missed something in your journal that is off, right? So I've often got this, didn't find any issues, and then later on come back and find out there was an issue. But you just fix it. It's like CreateSpace when they used to send you an email saying, "Hey, there's an issue, come and fix it." But then with CreateSpace, you had to go fix it, resubmit it, and sometimes that took another 2 days. Now with Kindle, what I found with KDP, if they do find any issues, I go back and I fix it, and I pretty much, get a response that same day within a couple hours sometimes of whether it's been fixed or not. So now what you're going to do here is you're going to scroll through and make sure everything's okay. So that's my cover. And here's the insides, the interior, and it all looks good. Perfect. So then you're going, if you don't like it, you want to change something, you notice a mistake, just exit the print previewer and go back and re-upload your interior or your cover, whatever it is you don't approve of. Otherwise, just approve it. Okay, and that's it. So just scroll back, and now you'll see your cover come up here. And just scroll back, and they let you know a summary of what your book is. So the paper type, trim size, all that stuff, page count, your printing cost. Then last thing to do is pricing. So save and continue. So I put all territories, worldwide rights, right? So what I want to price it on Amazon.com for, I don't know, just pick a random price, $8.97. It gives me a royalty of $3.23. See, it comes up here. Do you want expanded distribution? Sure, why not? Then it tells you it can take up to 72 hours for your book to be available for purchase on Amazon. Okay, and until then, your book status in your bookshelf is going to be in review. Okay, and then it just lets you know by clicking publish, I confirm and agree, blah blah blah. Proof copies, you can request a proof copy, okay, which you can purchase through your Amazon cart. I would not do that until you've published your actual book. You can go back and get copies afterwards if you want. I don't know. Somebody had a problem with it. I can't even remember exactly what it was, but they did that first, then it messed up their publishing. Okay, so if you've done your pricing, publish, click on publish your paperback book. And that's it. Pretty much done. So same idea as CreateSpace, just a few little different things. Nothing to be scared of. Bit of a pain in the butt if it's running slow when you're doing the previewer thing. What I found with that, sometimes if you just cancel and restart the previewer, sometimes that kicks it in. But it's been getting better and better lately. I'm even starting to use, 5 to 10 tabs when I'm uploading, if I'm doing that many books at one time. So I'll start on one, fill in the information. Once I start uploading the cover and using the previewer, I just go to the next one, the next one, the next one. So it's a lot better than it was when people first started using it. So don't be afraid of it. Just go on in and do it. And you have to learn CreateSpace as well, right? So KDP is the same thing. And I know you can do this. It's something that you want to do, so just go for it. All right? All right, we'll talk soon.